Welcome back to another episode of Engineered Coffee. I'm Anthony Kay, and today we are going to discuss why coffee is so expensive, following the price of a cup of coffee from the farm to the cup. If you bought coffee recently, you've probably noticed one thing. It is getting more expensive. Whether it's a bag of beans from your local supermarket, a coffee capsule, or your favorite flat white at the cafe, prices have risen almost everywhere. So what's going on? Are the farmers suddenly making more money? Are coffee companies making huge profits? Or is something else happening? Today we're going to follow the journey of a coffee bean and the money that follows it. Let's start with the farm, because that's where it starts. Every cup of coffee begins with a farmer. Unlike many manufactured products, coffee is still largely grown by small family farms. These farmers face increasing challenges every year: unpredictable weather, rising fertilizer costs, labor shortages, pests and diseases, climate change. Yet, despite all of this, the farmer typically receives only a small percentage of the final retail price of your coffee. It is a tough business. But here is the thing to remember. Coffee is a commodity. Coffee is traded on international commodity markets. The price of green coffee can move dramatically depending on a drought in Brazil, heavy rain in Colombia, frost, shipping disruptions, currency exchange rates, global demand. We've seen years where prices have collapsed and years where they've reached record highs. That volatility affects everybody in the supply chain. But the journey has only just begun. Once harvested, the coffee still has a long journey ahead. It must be processed. It must be dried. It must be graded, exported, shipped, imported, roasted, packaged, distributed. And every one of those steps adds cost. And every one of those businesses also has rising costs: energy, wages, transport, financing, insurance. Coffee doesn't become expensive because of one thing. It becomes expensive because hundreds of small costs accumulate along the way. So because I'm in the coffee capsule business, people always ask me the question, but what about the capsules? People often assume that the capsule is the expensive part. In reality, the capsule is only one component. You still need precision manufacturing, high-speed filling lines, nitrogen flushing, quality control, barrier packaging, robotics, logistics. At Eurocaps, a complete production line represents a huge investment. These machines don't simply fill coffee. They accurately dose, inspect, seal, and pack thousands of capsules every minute, every hour of every day. That level of precision requires serious engineering. I have done an episode on just what it takes to produce a capsule. The truth is that consumers have now become accustomed to quality, whether it's from the local cafe or the capsule you enjoy at home. And as manufacturers, we have to fine-tune our operations so costs don't spiral out of control. All so you can enjoy an excellent cup of coffee, or what I call a little bit of luxury, for a great deal that I still think of 20 to 50 cents a cup. In most cases, this is less than a soda or soft drink, and also probably less than a bottle of water. That's how I think it should be perceived. So why haven't prices come back down? Commodity coffee prices may rise and they may fall, but retail prices don't always follow immediately. Why? Because many companies buy coffee months in advance. They buy long-term contracts. Packaging materials may still be expensive. Labor costs rarely go backwards. Energy prices fluctuate. And once inflation works its way into the supply chain, it really disappears overnight. So is coffee still good value? Now let's put this in perspective. A typical capsule contains around 5.5 grams of coffee. That coffee has traveled thousands of kilometers. It has passed through dozens of companies. It has been grown, harvested, processed, roasted, ground, packaged, and transported. And then it's brewed in around 25 seconds into a consistent cup of coffee. When you think about everything that had to happen, coffee, I still believe, is one of the greatest bargains in everyday life. The coffee industry isn't trying to make coffee more expensive. It's trying to remain sustainable. Farmers need to stay in business, roasters need to invest, manufacturers need to innovate, and consumers still expect exceptional quality. Finding that balance isn't easy. The next time you buy a bag of coffee or drop your capsule into your machine, remember this. You're not just paying for coffee, you're paying for agriculture, science, engineering, manufacturing, logistics, and the work of millions of people around the world. And when you look at it that way, coffee is still one of the best valued products you can buy. So, this has been Anthony Kay and Engineered Coffee. If you like the content, then please like and subscribe. It costs nothing and just helps spread the word. So, until next time.